Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another Happy Hump Day live stream. That's right. We're here. It's August. Holy crap. I can't believe it. It's been that long already. But yeah, guys, before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know thank you so much. I wanted to give you guys a big shout out for being a little patient this morning. Little late this morning because just had a lot of technical difficulties, which we'll discuss in a bit. We got a lot of things to discuss. And today also is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because, again, of the technical difficulties that we're going to discuss in a little bit. But other than that, we're here and we're back. In fact, let me see. Look at that. Oh, look at that. There's me. There am I. Oh. Where's Lambo, though? Actually, Lambo is on vacation. He's actually hanging out with some friends over there and on the beach. Freaking bastard. But anyways. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's get the show on the road. I know you guys have been waiting. I apologize again. I know it wasn't that long of a wait, but still, I appreciate you guys. And we're going to be talking about a few things today. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, what were the technical difficulties and what was going on? Well, one of the main things that was actually going on was the fact that I'm not feeling so well. I'm a little under the weather. And I'm going to tell you what happened. No, well, basically, I've been very, very busy the last couple of weeks, crazy busy. A lot of personal things, whether I'm moving to a new house, dealing with just a flood of new clients, all coming in, dealing with them, either remotely or dealing with them in person. On top of that, just a bunch of other things that I'm doing, not just with my channel, but doing with other people out there. I'm actually starting a bunch of programs with a few people, actually 2 programs with 2 different people out there. But again, that stuff alongside with everything else I do, alongside everything else I just forementioned right now, it kind of starts piling up on you. So, I'm not making any excuses, just letting you know reality. And so, basically the last several days, I just haven't had any time to cook for myself or have food for myself. So I've had to order takeout. But since we're in the age of the pandemic, most restaurants and most places out there are going out of business and they're all, faltering and not doing so well. So they got to survive however they got to survive. So anyways, long story short, I'm sure it's happened to you guys a lot lately. The fact that, we keep getting more food poisoned every time that, we get food poisoning on a more regular basis now with this whole situation because, we can't go to the restaurant. We can't see what's really going on anymore. Everything's being delivered. Most of these restaurants are, going out of business. I'm from the restaurant industry. I know how things are. Basically, I don't want to, put it out there. I mean, I don't want to speak for every restaurant out there, but I know that there are a lot of restaurants that, for example, they're barely making it through. A lot of them are closing for good. And a lot of them are just trying to trying to make it through this horrible, hard time. And food and the restaurant business is a very, very difficult business because, for example, when you go to the grocery store and you buy groceries and you have them in your fridge and you're not cooking them right away or using them right away, well, what happens? It starts spoiling and going to waste, and you got to throw it away. So imagine that on a large scale in the restaurant industry. So a lot of restaurants, they got a lot of food that probably spoiled or going to rotten or whatever, and a lot of times they would have already sold it or they've thrown it away and just keep doing business as usual. But because things are so hard nowadays, they can't just throw away the food. They gotta buy, they buy it and they gotta keep it there for God knows how long until they sell it. And then people get sick, and then guess what? Since it's all being delivered and shit like that, it's not really what is it like? There's not much you can do about it, when it comes from the customer client perspective. By the way, am I streaming? I just realized I'm not sure if I'm streaming or not. But yeah, I just got a little notice here. It says I wasn't streaming, so I don't know if I'm streaming. But we're gonna check that in a second. Okay, we're streaming. We're here. So, and then on top of that, if you guys remember last episode, the things that I was talking about, near zero marginal cost, talking about things like, the future, talking about, how to set yourself up for success and all this other stuff. And then you guys see, today's thumbnail. And what was today's thumbnail? Man, I always have it hidden. We're always gonna put it down here in the corner. Anyways, but yeah, today's thumbnail, as you guys can see there. We're just talking about like the politics, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna, what's gonna happen if Biden gets elected? What's gonna happen if Trump gets elected and shit like that? And short answer. So you don't have to wait and sit here throughout this whole thing and be digging later on for the answer. Short answer, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who the fuck gets voted in. They're both on the same team. The whole thing is on the same team. Sure, there's going to be a little bit of variable depending on who gets elected, but the way things are going at the moment, it's not really going to matter. It's not going to matter because, again, Trump gets reelected, Antifa, the left, all that shit just going to go, that's going to even get worse than what it already is. And then, again, if Biden gets elected and, we got the Democrats in power again, then again, all the people that are conservatives out there, all the people that voted for Trump or would vote for Trump, they're all going to fucking hit the streets, Antifa style. So whatever happens, it's not going to end well. And as a matter of fact, as we're sitting here every single day, more and more, we're starting to see the obvious signs that things are, we're in a different paradigm already. Whether it's everybody I know getting food poisoned, from Uber Eats or fucking DoorDash or whatever the fuck, or the fact that like I went to the bank the other day and they're not selling silver anymore. Silver is already now being sold over $30 a pop, probably more expensive as of this morning. I can't believe silver is already at 27. I mean, we're not at 27, but we're almost at 27 an ounce. Gold is at basically $2,050 an ounce. That's pretty insane. So, there's a lot of things going on, and like I said, even though today's title is basically, what's going to happen, depending on, what's going to happen if Biden gets elected, or what's going to happen if Trump gets elected. The reality is, it's going to be a bunch of the same old. That's it. You get what I'm saying? We're just going to see riots. Again, Trump gets elected, riots from the left. We see the left. Biden gets elected, we're going to see riots from the right. And that's it. You know what I mean? And it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. At the same time, we're, looking into having a war with China, having all of this political turmoil all over the world. The whole world is falling apart, whether it's a small little area of Mexico like where I'm at or other places, things are just falling apart. So, a lot of people out there, they're starting to lose faith. They're starting to lose, you know what I mean? Just like, fuck, what am I going to do? Just like that whole mentality. And that's what, I'm here to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be talking about the fact that we're going to be fine. Because if you would have listened to me just a few months ago, again, don't be taking me for financial advice or anything like that. But again, if you would have just listened to me a few months ago and only bought gold and silver, forget Bitcoin. All right. By the way, where is Bitcoin? It's in the fucking stratosphere, as a matter of fact. We're at 11,666. Anyways, but yeah, that went higher as well. But anyways, long story short, if you would have bought just gold and silver back when I told you, at any time, at any point, period, in the last like 2 plus 3 years, whatever, you would be sitting pretty right now. Same thing with Bitcoin, especially if you bought anything below whatever the price it is now, you're sitting pretty. A lot of you guys bought below 9,000, around that range. You guys are sitting pretty. Again, just buying at 9,000, seeing the price now, you guys are sitting pretty. Imagine if you bought less. I mean, if you bought lower at a lower price, and that goes with everything else. Everyone out there, if you bought property, you're already seeing the value in that. If you moved out here, if you moved out of the country or the U.S., you're already seeing the value in that. If you already bought your gold and silver, you're seeing the value in that. If you bought your Bitcoin or crypto, you're seeing the value in that, and so on and so forth. In fact, before I get too ahead of myself, I have Nano Joe. By the way, welcome everybody. Welcome Nano Joe. Welcome Opie, and welcome everyone out there. There's like over 10 people out there more. But anyways, Nano Joe asked me, Jose, have you tried out the Cake wallet for Monero? It's a mobile wallet for Android and Apple. Actually, I have not. I have never even heard of it. So I have no idea about the Cake wallet. We can do a quick little search. Might as well. By the way, so today's episode is just going to be an open forum. We're going to do a lot of answering, just talking between us. You know what I mean? A lot of question and answers. We're going to be talking about like a new direction that Jose stuff is going. We're going to be talking about the new house. We're going to be talking about a bunch of shit. Sure, we'll talk about politics, I guess. But again, the reality is, it's not gonna fucking matter. Nothing fucking matters in the scheme of things when it comes to like, what's going on in the rest of the world. We got no control. I mean, again, no one out here, wants to live in this world that we're living in right now, but no one's doing anything about it. So that's just the way it is. And until people actually do something about it, we're gonna be stuck in this forever. So with that being said, let's learn about how we can thrive in this new paradigm and the things that we can expect going forward. And that's it. And just forget the rest. What the fuck can we do? What's up, Pedro? How's it going, brother? But anyway, so the Cake wallet from Monero. Let me see. Cake wallet. But yeah, I've never heard of it. I have no idea. Let me see. It might be good. It might not be good. I don't know. Seems like it's a pretty decent wallet. Is it just for Monero? Coming out of Orlando? Okay, I guess. I'm a Florida guy, so, About features, let me see. You hold your own keys and seed, open source, Monero's unique sub-address. Yeah, the thing is, I'm just wondering about the blockchain situation. I'll look into it some more. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good, actually. Looks like a good wallet. I might check it out. You know what? I might check it out myself. I think I'm going to download this. I'm going to save this here for later. And I'll download it later and I'll check it out, okay? On my own, all right? But it looks like a good wallet, actually. It might be a good... Thank you, Nano Joe. I think I might be... If it turns out to be a good wallet, I would probably recommend it. But the wallet I use... from Monero, I have it split up in a bunch of areas, but the two main ones that I use is I got my Exodus wallet, okay, and then I got the GUI Monero, the actual Monero wallet from Monero. That's the one I'm using. But I would love to check out this Cake wallet, okay? Hopefully it's a good wallet. But let me see. But yeah, this is the one that I use is this one right here. The one I recommend, but the thing is that the UI is not as good. So the user interface is not as good as other user interfaces. So, whatever, but this is the wallet that is, that is brought up by Monero themselves. Okay, so this is the most highly recommended wallet would be the one coming from Monero itself. Okay, But yeah, I'll check out the Cake wallet because that might be a good one. But the thing is, it's on the phone, so the Cake wallet might be good for transactions. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I'm gonna, go purchase something from somebody. So, I'll put Monero on my wallet and I'll go make that purchase and use my phone as my wallet. Because obviously, how else would I be able to really transfer it outside of Exodus or what have you? But I gotta check it. All right, I gotta check that out. All right, let me see. Shout out to everybody out there. Alright, yeah, but anyways, like I was saying to you guys, today's going to be a short episode. I apologize for the, technical difficulties, throughout and at the beginning and stuff like that, but, I'm just not feeling myself today. The wifey is telling me to get some rest and chillax for once. So I'm trying to, but I gotta. The show must go on. You know what I mean? I gotta at least be here, show up for you guys, so you guys don't think that the CIA got me or anything like that. You know what I mean? Bruh. So let me see. All right, let me read some comments here. So we got Pedro. Good day. How's it going, Pedro? How's it going, Amanda Thompson? How's it going, Angie Grace? How's it going, everybody? Angie says, hello from corrupt Massachusetts. You can't leave and come back in without being sent to 14-day quarantine, even if you go to the next state over of Rhode Island for the next day. I know. Freaking terrible, like I said. Out here, I got major food poisoning. I was talking to some friends and clients, this morning because, I'm always getting hit up in the morning, emails, this, whatever. And so, yeah, and I was just telling people what's up, and they're like, oh, yeah, don't worry, we get sick all the time, and that's the thing, that's what I started the show with, just the fact that, all this is done is that, how about this? I literally know right now 10 people that are sick. 10 people. I'm sick. Even Christian's a little sick, whatever. But we're all sick, and all of us are sick with something completely different, and nothing has to do with coronavirus. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, again, I got food poisoning. Christian has something else. I got another friend of mine, whatever. I got some other guy that has, bro, everyone is like sick of something. And again, why are we probably getting sicker? Again, like I already told you about the fact that, the fact that we're, quarantined, they're forcing us indoors, the over sanitation of everything else, all that does is, again, kill the good bacteria along with the bad bacteria, so therefore it makes you sicker. It doesn't prevent sickness. The fact that, like, again, the restaurants are just serving slop nowadays. When you order, you can't go to a restaurant for the most part, so they got to deliver it to you, and then when they deliver it to you, what they deliver is like fucking pig slop, and then that shit's fucking poison. I had to eat that because I had nothing else. I didn't have time to cook. I've been so busy, and now I'm gonna make time to cook or just not eat at all. I would have preferred not to eat and starve the night than fucking eat again from fucking takeout. And the fact is just, again, just coming from the restaurant business, like I was explaining earlier, I don't blame it on them either. You know what I mean? They're just trying to survive. In fact, this morning we woke up and a lot of institutions out here, local restaurant institutions, closed for good. And people are still in shock. There's like a restaurant called Eladio's. There's a couple of other restaurants. I don't know. They have them in the Facebook thing. But again, a lot of restaurants that just closed for good. Done. They did not survive. And that's not counting. And these are restaurants that, have been around for fucking 30, 40 years out here. So they're gone. All the small restaurants are gone, and then basically the only restaurants that are still alive are the ones that are selling, like dog meat, cat meat, whatever. And by the way, they got those in America too. Don't be fucking thinking like, everywhere sells fucking, dog meat or whatever. And by the way, yes, I am trying to be funny, and I'm trying to exaggerate with the dog meat situation, or cat meat, whatever. But, camel meat, whatever it is, it's no bueno. And so, there's restaurants all over the country, and they're the ones that, cut costs at the, cut costs to the point that the client suffers. The people that are buying the food suffers. Those are the only ones that are really surviving. The ones that are selling, either McDonald's or fucking takeout Chinese food or whatever the fuck. But yeah, man. So again, just going back to like what the beginning of the show was talking about. What the thumbnail is the fact that like a lot of people want to know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? When Trump gets elected or when Biden gets elected, what's the difference? What's going to happen? What's going to this? Look, guys, at the end of the day, the shit has already hit the fucking fan. Does it even fucking matter anymore? Who's in power? Do you even fucking, anyone out there that's still listening and still pretending that government is doing anything good for you? I don't know what else to tell you. But again, like if all of this stuff that's going on right now has not made you lose complete faith in the whole system yet, well, it will soon. It will soon. Okay, you're on the verge. But again, like that's all I can say. It really doesn't matter who gets in, who gets elected, who gets in power, who gets anything. At the end of the day, basically it's the same old, same old. You know what I mean? It didn't matter if Obama was president or Bush was president or Trump is president or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like they're still pushing their agenda, whatever that agenda is. Did you guys see that bomb explosion in Beirut yesterday, and they're blaming it on China? Remember what I was talking about the episode previous to that? Basically saying that we're, on the verge of World War III, and all of a sudden we go to war with China, and all the problems in the U.S. get fixed overnight, which they do. All of a sudden, people are not fighting with each other. All of a sudden, all that printing into oblivion. Well, we need to print into oblivion because we're going into World War III with China, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, you know what I mean? It's all you can do now is just get ready, which is, something that I've been telling you guys for a very long time, and I hope that you guys have been getting ready throughout this whole time. I hope you guys have been buying some gold, some silver, some property, some Bitcoin, because if you have, look, I woke up this morning sick as a dog, but as soon as I looked at my assets, I'm like, oh, okay, doing pretty good. Made more gains, more money, and that's all you can do. What are you gonna do with that money? You're gonna buy more freedom. Okay, buy more liberty. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all you can do. How can you buy that? Basically, again, trying to find a way to live off the grid, trying to find a way to support yourself, self-sustainability. Spend that money on maybe a farm, on some animals, on a home, on property, on things like that. You know what I mean? So that way, while the world is blowing up, this happens always. This happens since the beginning of time. We're always in some sort of war. We're always in some sort of turmoil, whatever. So while the world is falling apart, you get to be in another part of the world that's nice and calm and chill in your little log cabin with your wife or your husband or your partner and your dog and your family, and you're just living life and enjoying life. And you need to buy food, you need supplies, you're not going to need a job because there's not going to really be any jobs, but guess what? You probably saved enough silver coins, you probably saved enough Bitcoin, and so on and so forth, and as things go on, these things are only going to be worth more, and then you can use these things again to survive and continue thriving throughout all of this, all right? I mean, this is one example of one thing that you can do. But, right now, we're already past that point of no return. A lot of people are saying, it's like, oh, when is the pandemic going to be over? And some people kiddingly, funnily, what is it, like, jokingly saying, oh, it's going to be over on November 4th, November 5th, after the election. And that could be so, but I don't think so. You know what I mean? I think this is here for the long run. This is just a control mechanism. And no matter what part of the world you're in, they're using this control mechanism. And you got to remember that the elections are only in the U.S. That doesn't mean that there's elections everywhere else around the world, okay? So you got to remember that, and that control mechanism is equal for everybody, all right? They want to control everyone and everything. They want to buy everything. They want to fucking have you as a slave, you know what I mean? And we've talked about this many times. But again, look, today we're going to focus on, the chat. We're going to talk with you guys a little bit. I'm going to answer some questions, ask some questions. Please ask as many questions as you can. And we're just going to go through this, We're going to go through the motions today, but today's a very short episode. I wasn't even going to go live today, but I just have to be here and do a little live show and hang out with you guys because, I just have to do it, okay? I'm probably not even going to upload this to the podcast because it's just me here talking shit. But what I can do is I can talk about the future and what I'm going to be doing going forward. So as you guys already know, I'm moving to a brand new house. About 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be in a new house. We're going to be broadcasting from a brand new house, a new studio, a new area. So, this is probably like the second to last. This is probably the second to last recording, live stream I'm going to be doing here. So, FYI on that. But we're moving to a bigger place, a bigger house, where we can have a little bit of a little garden, where we can have a big kitchen, where we can do a lot more cooking, where we can do a lot more, artsy fartsy stuff, where we can really live our lives and do our stuff. So, with that being said, I'm creating another channel. What? Yeah, that's right. You heard me. I am creating another channel. What is this channel going to be talking about? Well, basically just food. That's it. I'm going to have a brand new channel coming up. I don't know by when, but definitely I'm going to have something up by the end of the month. All right, that's the idea, to have something up already by the end of the month. But I'm going to have a brand new cooking channel. If you guys know anything about my past or anything about me, I used to be a chef. That's what I did forever. All right, so even though I sit here and I talk about politics and I talk about technology and I talk about the future and Bitcoin and gold and silver, the reality is that I know that this falls on deaf's ears. And a lot of people, even though you guys enjoy the content, enjoy hanging out with me, enjoy all this stuff, a lot of people really just don't. Again, I don't know we're living in the zombie apocalypse and people are still fucking asleep. So with that being said, we're already past the point of waking people up. If people aren't woke by now, if people haven't woken up to the zombie apocalypse and everything that's fucking going on, then guess what? It's already too late. So with that being said, we got to move on. And that's what I'm doing. I'm still going to be creating stuff for this channel. I'm still going to be doing my Wednesday live streams, okay? I'm still going to be talking about news of the day on this channel or talking about certain topics. I'm still doing the podcast. I'm still doing the travel channel. Again, the travel channel is kind of like on hold because we can't travel, we can't go out, we can't do anything. So that's kind of like on hold. So what I decided to do is that I'm going to start another channel. But this is going to be more of an educational channel, all right? But dedicated to food. So you guys already know I educate a lot. Whether I'm educating you guys on financial freedom, I'm educating you guys on how to get out of the country, I'm educating you guys on a zillion topics. So I decided, you know what? Maybe I should start educating you guys on something that's actually needed, like learning how to cook, learning about food, learning about things like that. Some of you guys already know, some of you guys don't know, whatever. But the thing is that, what I'm going to be doing is for all levels, okay? I'm going to be doing live cooking demonstrations, live cooking, Okay, you guys already know I do a lot of live streams, so imagine now that you guys get to be in the kitchen with me. So like on a day like today, we would be cooking whatever, anything you can imagine. Hamburgers, chocolate pudding, fucking cucumber salad, hummus, whatever, anything that you can imagine, Cuban food, and so as I'm cooking it and preparing it, I'm going to be chatting with you guys. And we're going to go through the whole cooking process. Some items are going to take an hour to cook. Some items are going to take 4 or 6 hours to cook, like, beans or whatever. And I'm going to see if I can keep the live stream going for that whole time and see what we can do with all that. And just take that to the next level. Do some live cooking demonstrations, live cooking, live streams. Do that once a week. On top of all that, start with, doing little cooking videos as to like little cooking tips, cooking stories, cooking suggestions, and just all kinds of things. And, I'm going to go off by what you guys also might want and need. Another thing that I like to do is talk about history and food history and all those things that have to do with that. So it's talking about that, talking about the food history. Again, a lot of the stuff that we would be talking about on the food themed network channel are things that are also intertwined with the things that are going on right now. A lot of the food that we have today, a lot of the things that we have today, basically have all been brought to us by, that's right, your sponsor, war. You know what I mean? And all kinds of turmoil all across the world, and people moving from one point to another. Like, for example, when the Italians first came to the Americas, they brought pizza, they brought fucking spaghetti. Now everyone eats pizza and spaghetti. Or when the Germans brought hamburgers. Or, how, sure, we eat tacos in Mexico, but tacos, that's every culture around the world has their version of a taco, has their version of things. And it's so, the thing is that for anyone out there that's like a expert cook, or someone that's like, advanced level cook, you're going to learn a lot from me, because you're going to learn advanced level techniques from me. You're going to learn things that only a chef from a kitchen is going to be able to tell you. You get what I'm saying? You're going to learn all the, all the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty, the everything you can imagine from all the years I worked in the kitchen. And for anyone out there that's brand new to all this shit, that basically can only like boil an egg, or cut an onion with barely. You're going to learn a lot of techniques, from me as well. You know what I mean? Where I'm going to show you the best way to boil an egg. The best way to cut some onions. The best way to, like if you got 3 ingredients, like an onion, a potato, and some hot dogs. Can you make some food out of that? Yes, you can, and things like that. So, just going through all that, because now we're entering survival mode. All right, and so like again, if you don't have your gold and your silver and your Bitcoin and your water and your food, I don't know what to tell you. You're pretty fucked. But for everyone out there that isn't fucked and has some sort of food, has a garden, has some gold, has some silver, has something, and you're probably going to survive through all this. You're not going to get a vaccine, because that's another main thing too. Most people out there, you're not going to get your vaccine. You're going to survive, so you need to be self-sustainable. So a major component to that is learning how to cook. Learning how not to waste a single thing, learning how to process food, and stuff like that, and yeah, you know what I mean. So that's what I'm gonna do, and Kristen's excited as fuck as well, because now she's gonna fucking see, she's gonna have cooking every day, like real cooking. In fact, some days she might be doing some cooking, she might be doing some demonstrations like we've done before. She's cooked empanada, she's cooked guacamole, she's done a lot of authentic things. So again, we're gonna be doing a lot of that on that channel. So instead of putting it on this channel, instead of putting it on the travel channel, I'm literally going to create a brand new channel dedicated to that. And then, we're going to cross, utilize each other. You know what I mean? Meaning that on this channel, I'm going to be talking about, hey, don't forget, I got a cooking live stream coming in 2 days. Hey, I just dropped a new cooking channel, a cooking video, blah, blah, blah. And then on the cooking video, I'll be like, I'll be talking about, let's say I'm talking about hummus and tabbouleh and, Mediterranean food, and I'm talking about Syria, and I'm talking about the Mediterranean and all this other shit, and then all of a sudden I start going on my rants and start talking about politics and this and that, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, hey, if you guys want more context on that, check out my live stream on Wednesdays where I talk about politics, and I talk about this, and I talk about that, and so on and so forth. Some episodes, once everything opens up, I'm going to be going out to restaurants and taco places and shit like that. And sure, on the travel channel, that's where I'm going to be putting like the food reviews. That's where I'm going to be putting a lot of, when I'm going out to restaurants, when I'm going out and about and doing all kinds of things. But it doesn't mean that I can't, cross, both channels. You know what I mean? Like, meaning like, hey, if you enjoyed the taco video, from today's episode that me and Christian went to the taco place, blah, 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 check out the how to make this taco video on the other channel. And then on the other channel, I'll have like how to make that taco or whatever, you know what I mean? How to make masa, how to make something, you know what I mean? And just, a huge, just playing with that, because that's it, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make content. I'm starving to make real content. I'm tired of talking about the same shit over and over again. I'm just, speaking to the choir here. We're already past that point of fucking no return, you know what I mean? Again, if you're not ready and prepared, that's it, you know what I mean? We're surrounded by fucking zombies. That's it. We're holed up in our house. We can't even get fucking takeout anymore without getting sick. So again, you know what I mean? Like, this is why it's like there's so many things as to why I decided to start doing this. I just want to do it. And again, another added bonus is the fact that I'm moving into a new house, a bigger kitchen, bigger area with a garden, and just so many other things that are going to allow me to make better videos and better content regarding that stuff, and then intertwine everything all together. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to be uploading most likely every day again, but it's just going to be on all the channels, and this is going to be back to work. And again, look, as much as I want to help people move out here and come out here, and I'm doing my services and shit like that, the reality is that, I would much rather, let me show you what I would much rather do. I would much rather put a lot of the information that most of you guys hire me for free online, and then try to give you guys as many free resources as possible so that you don't have to hire me. You know why? So that way I can focus on the things that I just mentioned right now, and I don't have to worry about, helping you guys out. And by the way, I'm still going to help you guys out. I'm still doing my services. I'm still working on that. But as time goes on, I want to do more and more of things like cooking, things like the traveling, a lot of the things that I want to do, you know what I mean? And by the way, they give you value and they help you guys a lot. But maybe as things go on and I have less and less time, I'm going to be dedicating more time to, like, I don't know, make a cooking video or a cooking live stream, as opposed to, finding a home for you guys. In fact, I'll put you in contact with other people that might be able to help you out with that, and so on and so forth. So, just letting you guys know the direction I'm going and what I'm doing with all this stuff. Because remember, when I first started making a lot of my Mexico videos, they weren't to do what I'm doing now, which is helping you guys move out here. No, they were just basically a journal, just kind of like I'm recording my journey as an American leaving America and living in Mexico without knowing anything, with a book bag and just a couple bucks, and just coming out here all willy-nilly without anything, without a safety net. So that's what I started doing. And then as the time went on, a lot of people were inspired, by what I was doing, and so it helped me, cater to create a business in order to help people, move out here. And so, right here, I added a brand new thing to the website. I'm going to be adding way more things to the website. If you haven't checked out the website, go to josearteaga.com, check it out. But on the website, I've added a bunch of links. So all of these links is like where you can go to websites, to get all the local prices, for anything out here. Meaning if you're going to rent a house or buy a house, check out these websites before you contact anybody, all right? So you can check out the prices, all right? Because a lot of people are like, hey, Jose, you say that the prices are, I don't know, $500 or $250 a place, but everything I see is over $1,000. And it's like, well, yeah, because you're looking at American websites, that are there to take your American dollars. But if you look at the Spanish websites that are there, to cater to the locals, then you're going to get those prices. And then I'm going to keep adding more stuff to this again, places that I've made videos on, places that I have relationships with, and so on and so forth, okay? So, places to stay that I recommend, places to eat that I recommend, other stuff, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be adding way more content to the website to give you guys as much free information so that you guys can come out here and do your thing and not have to worry about, that many things. In fact, the only thing you would really need is to learn Spanish. And you don't even need to learn like a lot of Spanish, just some sort of broken Spanish. Have your little translator app on your phone and you're good to go. So that's what I'm trying to do with that. All right, I'm going to read some comments real quick. I see there's a lot of people, writing some comments. Welcome everybody. I see a lot of people coming in and out. Shout out to all of you guys. No, a lot of comments. Amanda Thomas is asking. All right, hold on. Amanda Thomas is asking, looking for some crypto that are cheap. Anyone have any advice? Love you, Jose. You always keep it real. Look, the only thing you're gonna hear from me on the crypto aspect when it's like, oh, cheap crypto, Bitcoin, and that's it. If you don't even know anything about anything, you need to learn about Bitcoin, learn about what that is, and then go from there. But you know what? Like I've said many times in this show before, a lot of people are gonna get hurt. A lot of people are just looking to make a quick buck. They're gonna invest in Hex. They're going to invest in XRP. They're going to invest in Litecoin. They're going to invest in fucking calculator coin. They're going to invest in Lipton iced tea coin. And they're going to lose their ass. And then they're going to fucking sit back and be like, fuck, I should have just invested in Bitcoin. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say. Once you're like super advanced in the crypto space, then you can start looking at other, you know what I mean, other cryptos and other shit like that. But right now, you should just be focusing on the main, you know, gold, silver, you know, physical gold and silver coins, and then, you know, if you want to go digital, go with Bitcoin. You know, Pedro saying, as far as politics goes, Thomas Jefferson nailed it long ago. If you see the same agenda going forward, regardless of the changing houses, then you must know you're living under tyranny. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, we are living under tyranny. If this whole pandemic isn't evidence enough that we're living under fucking tyranny, then I don't know what is. Again, if people, and look, I know all of you guys can see the signs. You know, that's why you're here. But we also know that there's so many zombies out there, like 80% of the population or whatever. You know, there's zombies. They know that they're living under tyranny. They knew they were living under tyranny before Corona. Now Corona happened. They know that they're living under tyranny, and what are they doing? Nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing. They're just, you know, what are they doing? Zombie brains. That's it, you know? Vaccine. Give me some Corona vaccine. Wear your face mask. Blah. That's it, you know? I stay away from Exodus wallet because it's closed source. But yeah, I use GUI wallet from Monero. It took 6 days to download the blockchain to run a local node. Yeah, okay, so that's what I mean. So look, the thing is, it's like, Exodus is your wallet though, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you mean by a closed source. I mean, Exodus isn't, you get your keys. When you use... When you're using the Exodus wallet, you get your own keys. You know, it's not, remember, not your keys, not your Bitcoin, not your coins. So, I mean, look, I'm not a fan of Voorhees. Exodus has been through a lot of ups and downs. I could go on and on. I have a lot of positive things about Exodus. I got a lot of negative things about Exodus, but they are, they are good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think that they're good. But I would like to hear what you have to say about Exodus. Why you don't like Exodus? Because look, as long as you get your keys, your private keys, then what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, it's your wallet. They can't hack it. They can't access it. They can't do anything. You know what I mean? So, but again, just like anything else, a hardware wallet is what you need. Okay, more than anything else. But that's, for the future. All right. So Angie's saying, in $500 a day fine if you don't let them test you for COVID. Are you serious? Is that Massachusetts right now, that they're fining individuals in Boston and all of Massachusetts $500 for not taking a test? That's crazy. It's been said, Pedro says, it's been said that we get the politicians we deserve. Correct. We do get the politicians we deserve. We get the government we deserve. That's it. That's only partially true. To whom much is given, much is required of. But yeah, look, man, we do get look, listen, man. Our forefathers gave us the Constitution so that if we were to ever have a tyrannical government, we had the tools to fucking, lift up our britches, load up our muskets, and go out and fucking take our government back. But since our people have lost the balls and the will to do that, we're kind of fucked. So with the government that we have in Canada, the U.S., wherever, it's the one that we deserve, because we're not willing to fucking fight to get it back. We're not willing to fight to the death to get our government back. And so, with that being said, that's why, we are living how we're living. It's like Amanda's shout out from Detroit. I hear you, Jose. I'm in the restaurant working, and it's an ugly situation. Yeah, I would not want to be in the restaurant. I've been in the restaurant industry my whole life, and like I am constantly blessed. Even today, this morning, dying from the fucking food poisoning. Which, by the way, as a chef, been food poisoned a million times. But anyways, still fucking dying. But I'm still thinking, thank God I don't have to fucking work in a restaurant. Thank God I don't have to like wake up and go to work today. Thank God all I got to do is just my show and hang out with you guys. Thank God, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Thank God I set myself up for success. Thank God I am at the position I'm in. Thank God. But again, thank me, because I'm the one that fucking set it all up and put myself in this position, which is why I make these videos and talk about these things so you guys can do the same. So you don't have to be thanking God, thanking government, thanking nothing. You just thank yourself for fucking doing the work. And when you guys thank me, I appreciate it. But again, you guys put the fucking work in, not me. You guys did it. So you guys should be thanking yourselves. All right? A little more love, a little more self-love is what we need. All right? But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I mean, but still, it's up to you. At the end of the day, I can sit here and talk all day. Unless you guys take action, nothing's going to happen. So, all right, Angie says, to Pedro, and they won't even renew my passport, so I can't leave. Yeah, I mean, so many people that I, right now in the U.S., clients or potential clients or whatever people I've talked to, that they just got stuck because they were in the passport renewal process, or they never got their passport or whatever. In fact, I got clients out here right now that their passports are expiring and they're kind of freaking out. But I told them, listen, you're here, you're good to go, don't worry. You know what I mean? Like you're already here. Don't worry about it. You don't need your fucking passport. What do you want the passport for? The only thing by the way, if you're abroad right now and you're a U.S. citizen, you can't even get a passport either, because the only places they're going to fly your ass is to the U.S. So again, just kind of like walk into the woods, you know what I mean? And just live your life and fuck everything else, you know what I mean? Daniel says, my family and I are fleeing the U.S. soon for Mexico, not sticking around for the election. How easy is it to get into Mexico on a tourist visa now? I keep seeing conflicts info on this. Okay, great question. Mexico is not closed. Mexico is not closed. Let me repeat that. Mexico is wide open, not closed. If any country is closed, it's the U.S. Okay? Now, as a U.S. citizen, most of the world is closed off to you. There's only like a handful of countries, literally like 5 countries, that are not closed to Americans. Mexico is one of them. Mexico is wide open. And even though Mexico is wide open, all right, and I'm living in an area of Mexico that is like Boston right now, super restrictive, super tyrannical, super whatever. The local government is kind of, doing all that shit. Even though that's the case, it's still nothing. You know what I mean? You can't compare it to the U.S. I'm chill. I mean, I don't get hassled. I don't get bothered like I would in the U.S. Here, a cop might stop me and says, hey, can you put your face mask on? Okay, whatever. That's it. Maybe they'll say that. They don't even say nothing. But in the U.S., no, they're going to fucking arrest you, and they're going to fucking put you in jail, and then they'll tell you, oh, it's because you weren't wearing your face mask. I got plenty of people in Miami that are getting fucking fines and getting arrested for having their face mask and having their nose exposed. All right, so... But anyways, about the Mexico thing. So you can come into Mexico. I just had somebody come into Mexico a week ago actually, and he flew in on a tourist visa. No problem. Very easy to do. Now, the land border might be a little difficult, okay? Crossing through the land border might be a little difficult only because of the U.S. Again, only the U.S. side, not the Mexico side. Very easy. I had people drive down here a month ago. Very easy. Especially now with no traffic, no nothing. So, the border, quick, crossing all the way from the border all the way to where I'm at, like 4 to 5 days, quick, no traffic, chill, Went through all of Mexico, not a problem. Nothing. All right, so the land border might be the only thing that might be a little difficult, only for too many reasons I'm not going to talk about here. That, again, they're basically, they don't even have, they're just regular, border situations, okay? That have nothing to do with COVID. But if you're coming through a plane, like if you come into Mexico on a plane, yeah, bro, they're allowing everybody in. So as long as you're able to get on a plane, you're good to go. So if you're able to get on a plane and you fly into Mexico, you're good. You're good. There's no quarantine. There's no mandatory test. There's no nothing. There's no nothing. Nothing. All right? You just walk in, ask for your fucking visa, walk out. Boom, that's it. You're in Mexico. You're good to go. So that should answer your question, okay? But the temporary residency, now the whole thing about temporary residency and permanent residency, a lot of that stuff is on hold. Even I'm working on my temporary residency. In fact, I already got everything done for my temporary residency, but I'm still waiting on my actual ID card, because everything is, frozen due to the fucking coronavirus, you know what I mean? But that's it, you know what I mean? So everything is, Mexico's one of the few countries in the world that is open. So that's another thing too. So it also kind of sucks to be in this part of Mexico and everything is closed, and then you see, the rest of Mexico's pretty open. So it's kind of like, bruh. Okay, I'm listening. Okay, so I'm reading some more comments. Angie says, I listen, I get it, I'm pushing back. But again, look, Angie, like that's where I'm at now. It's like, it's not even about pushing back anymore. It's like there's a mob of zombies and you push back against the zombies. The zombies, one of them is still going to grab you and bite you or fuck, So it's not even about pushing back anymore. Unless you have a giant, army of other like-minded individuals that are also pushing back, you're fucked. One individual pushing back against the zombie mob, we're not going to do anything. It's just not. So that's why I'm focusing on self-preservation. While the zombies kill themselves, all right, you need to self-preserve yourself, all right, and survive and thrive. So that's what I'm focusing on and helping you guys. We're going to go through this ride together. DJ says, totally agree. In fact, they think we're crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Let them think that we're crazy. Don't worry about it. Angie says, I'm on a keto diet. I lost 35 pounds eating 80% healthy fats. Yeah, keto diet all the way. Get rid of that sugar. Congrats. Pedro says, yes. When anyone says that it won't be made mandatory, they aren't lying at first. All right, so now we got thank you. Sounds good. Is everyone feed going in and out too? Yeah, how is my feed? Okay, it seems. All right. No, it's mine. Okay. Yes, let's talk more about. Yes, okay, good. I have chickens now, but raising healthy chickens aren't cheap. Okay, so yeah, these are all the things. So look, a lot of the things, like for example, I want to get chickens. I want to start a little garden, and for me, some of these things are brand new. Like I might be a fucking expert in the kitchen, but I don't know anything about growing a fucking tomato. Christian does, so we're going to be doing that too. You know what I mean? That's all going to be part of that cooking channel. It's all about self-sustainability. We're going to be focusing on that, on survival during the zombie apocalypse, all right? Yeah, you can even do it in the city, all right? Yeah, I'm sorry about the internet feed. I hope is the internet feed still coming in and out? I apologize. I'm just reading through a lot of old. Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to read all the comments. There's a lot of comments out here, guys. Yeah, okay. Big Text says, yes, my feed keeps going. Okay. A minute. Okay, Angie says, I miss Motivational Monday. Look, I know you guys love Motivational Monday. I know that. I get that. But, to me, I was doing it for you guys because you guys loved it, okay? And it was bringing in views and helping the channel out a lot. Maybe I'll do a Motivational Monday type thing on the self-sustainability channel. I'll think about it. I don't know, whatever. But I like to do, look, the thing is that Monday Motivation was just a thing. It was just like a clickbait tag thing. You know what I mean? Something that I could do that it's basically just me talking the way I talk. You know what I mean? I'm a motivational guy. All right, I had to motivate people a good majority of my life as a chef, as a cook. Anyone that knows anything about that life, you got to be motivated all the time, or you know you're gonna go fucking Joker. All right, you're gonna go crazy on people. All right, so I was that guy. So I'm really good at that. So I do that, and to me it's like the reason I stopped doing motivational Mondays is because I said, well, fuck it, I'm just doing my motivational stuff throughout all the other stuff that I do. You know what I mean? Like I'll do my motivational stuff on basically every other thing that I do. But yeah, man, I keep getting tons and tons of requests for Monday motivation. So I'm gonna see what I do there, because look, what I want to start doing is things that I want to do. A lot of times what I do is like I'm a people pleaser, so I end up doing a lot of things that I don't want to do, and I just do them because you guys want them. But the reality is I got to do things that not only you guys want, but that I want to do. So that's why I'm mixing it up again. You guys already know, anyone that's followed me for a long time, I'm always mixing it up. I'm always changing it around. I'm always keeping it fresh. I'm always doing things. I don't want to bore myself. I don't want to fucking get set in my ways. I don't want so. Hey, welcome, North Star. Don't worry about being late. I was late too. All right, brother. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys a new house. I can't wait to show you guys the whole process. That's going to be another adventure. That's going to be awesome as well. So I'm crazy excited. For me, I'm crazy excited about the future. I don't even look at Facebook anymore. I don't look at the local news anymore. I don't even care or know what the fuck is going on here, what the fuck is going on in the U.S. with the elections, with anything like that. Because look, even today's live stream, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just put that as kind of like clickbait, you know what I mean? Because the reality is, it doesn't really fucking matter who gets elected, and most people already fucking know that by now. And if you don't, well, now you do, all right? And so that's kind of like the reality of it, you know what I mean? So I just kind of put that as clickbait, but as you noticed, I haven't talked about that shit at all. Maybe 5 minutes, in an hour. All right, I'm reading the comments. You guys are helping me make a great show today. I thought the show today was going to be pretty shitty, but the reality is it's actually turned out really good thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys out there in the chat, we're just hanging out today. So, and imagine now when we're just going to be hanging out like today, but we're cooking. I'm actually doing some cooking and we're hanging out. That's going to be way fun. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. And I don't see any live cooking out there at all. So, that's another thing too. I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to be fucking doing, I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking, but definitely some live cooking demonstrations. A lot of them, like once a week or something. Because I know for a fact that people love that shit. I mean, again, look at the Food Network, right? Look at the Travel Channel. All right, Gerald Gaddy says, I just returned to Merida last night, and man, I'm so glad and relieved to be back here and away from all that BS in the States. There you go. So look, who was asking me about moving out here or something? Daniel. So look, there you go, Daniel. As you guys can see, Daniel, Jarrell just moved. Jarrell. I'm guessing it's Jarrell. Sorry. Anyways, Jarrell just fucking flew in last night. No problem. Super easy. Good. Thank you, Jarrell. Jarrell is explaining in the chat how he did it. Great. Easy. Jose is... okay, so now DJ is asking me, what about the vaccination out here in Mexico? Well, yeah, there's people talking about it. Remember, there's zombies. There's fucking zombies all over the place. So there's tons of people, a lot of citizens that are asking for the vaccine and the vaccine the vaccine is a talk out here too, but it's not something that's being talked about as a mandatory thing. It's not talked about the fact that we need to, in Mexico, we got to give this to every Mexican citizen, that we got to, do all that shit. So it's not like in the U.S. and other countries where, the only solution is a vaccine. The only solution is to get everybody vaccinated. The only way we're going to get out of it is through that. So that's not happening in Mexico at all. They're just going to be like, hey, yeah, I guess we're not going to really be able to open up until we got a vaccine, and then we can provide that to the morons that want the vaccine. But, it's not mandatory. You guys can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But once we get the vaccine, I guess we can open again. By the way, Mexico, as a country, is completely open. All the places that are closed through Mexico are the states. individual states are choosing to stay open or close. So everything that's happening here locally, for example, in the Yucatan, it's all local. It has nothing to do with the Mexican president. It has nothing to do with the national, the national thing. Nothing. Because as of months ago, I think like 2 months ago, Mexico said, we're done with coronavirus. We're done, fighting it. We're done with everything. We're now going to leave it to the individual states to do as they please, to do what they think is best for their individual state. Okay? So again, there's some parts of Mexico that they're just already back to normal. A lot of other parts of Mexico, though, they're kind of like this, and some parts are in the middle. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what's going on with Mexico. So we just happen to be I just happen to be in the most restrictive part of Mexico. One of the most restrictive. Honestly, this part of Mexico, the Yucatan, is closely resembling places like Boston or California, where they're going full totalitarian, full fucking Nazi, full all that shit. So, but whatever, it's still fucking Mexico at the end of the day. So it's not like yeah, it's not the U.S. You know what I mean? They don't have FEMA camps. They don't got a Gestapo. They don't got what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a bunch of shit like that. It's a little different. It's like, do I have a house here already? Yeah, I already got a house. Yes. It's they're finishing up some things on the house. I'm putting in like a new kitchen area. I'm just doing some work on the walls, stuff in the backyard. Yeah, but I got a bunch of workers working on the house right now, and once they're done, we're moving in. So I'm here until the end of the month, but I plan on being in that house by next weekend. By next weekend, not this weekend. By next weekend, probably the weekend after that. But for sure, yeah, I'm ready. I got like a bunch of boxes over there behind the fridge. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the feed, Angie. Try refreshing. Try refreshing or try, starting over the thing again. Is everybody, how's everybody's feed out there? It seems like some people are getting a great feed, some are not. It might be your internet connection. It could be other things. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Hi, Mike Leon. How's it going? See, look, there you go. He drove in from California, 0 issues. Perfect. Daniel, we're going to have an anchor baby there. Should be a nice shortcut to permanent residency. Yeah, man. Anchor babies. I'm dropping anchor babies here too soon. Hey, Jay Mora, how's it going? Yeah, I already got a house. I already answered that. Jay Mora says, even if you have a flight book, the U.S. won't give you a passport. Oh, yeah, the passport is an American thing. If the United States of America, is not giving you a passport, you can't leave the country, no matter what. A passport is something you need to travel internationally. So if you don't have a passport, you're fucked. And if your country is not giving you a passport, you're double fucked. Angie Grace is asking me, what parts of Mexico are open, no mask? The reality is that all of Mexico, okay? Because even out here, I walk around without my mask. You get what I'm saying? But if, let's say Walmart wants to instill a protocol that everyone has to wear a mask in their stores all across the country, well, you get what it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter where you are. You got to wear the mask indoors and shit like that. So the reality is that depending on where you are, depending on how lax they are and how restricted they are. So out here, very restrictive, they enforce it. I got in a fucking situation with a Walmart employee yesterday. You know what I mean? Because I was wearing my mask and exposing my nose, and he was just like, some fucking dude that is a Walmart greeter, wanted to started to get into it with me. You know what I mean? To exude that little bit of power that he has. And so, that whole thing. And I wasn't going to get in a fight with that guy, because I was working. You know what I mean? I was shopping for a customer, a client. So I wasn't going to get into it with him or anything like that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very stupid. But again, in other parts of Mexico, it's not like that at all. In other parts, it all depends. I don't know the other parts of Mexico because they're all I got to say is this. It's just like the United States of America. If you live in the United States, Trump if you're in a Trump supporting state, then you're probably not following a lot of the coronavirus bullshit. If you're in a left-leaning state, okay, a Biden state, a Obama state, a Hillary state, then you're probably going to be dealing with all the restrictions. And it's why? Because it's only because they're going against Trump. So the same thing here. The president of Mexico is acting like Trump, just saying, hey, I don't give a fuck about the coronavirus. The thing is just propaganda. You guys do whatever. And then the governor of here locally is against the president. He's left, whatever. And so then that's why he's implementing all the harsh measures, because the president isn't doing it. So he wants to do it. So it's the same shit. Basically, each state is different. If the state is sympathetic to the Mexican president, then, most likely you don't got to wear a mask. You don't got to do anything. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But if your state happens to, have a governor that is against the Mexican president, then you're fucked. You're fucked just like in the U.S. if you have a Democratic governor. You're fucked. They're either defunding the police, they're fucking, making you take a COVID test every day. You got to wear a mask to take a shit, whatever. You know what I mean? So... in the U.S., what are they? They're telling people in the U.S. that you got to wear a mask to have sex. The only sanitary way to have sex is to use a glory hole. Like, bruh. What the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? So, again, this is the whole coronavirus thing. This is a long time ago. This has already not been a medical issue, but this has all been a political issue. Again, for anyone that still can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. This is all political and nothing but political. So... See, look at Mike Leon. Look, renting a one-bedroom apartment for $200 a month. Look at that. Because where I live right now, it's $200 a month. You know what I mean? I'm moving to a house. I'm going to be paying like $250 a month. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. $250, $300 a month. All right? For a house. You heard that correct. My friend just had their children's passport made. Great. Angie says we all need to move to homesteading. Correct. I think that's a great move. Hey guys, give me 1 second. I gotta do something off screen. Just like literally 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put a little music. All right, hold on. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Sorry guys. But yeah, guys, stay away from fucking takeout food, guys, right? Now, in the time of the pandemic, that's gonna turn into another fucking pandemic. Man, every time I burp, I feel like, when you eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs, right? Okay, I feel like I just ate like 6 hard-boiled eggs that have been sitting out for like 10 hours. Alright, and anyways. Mike Leon says, DJ, my plan was to go to Merida, but there are checkpoints and filters throughout the country, so it might be hard to get there by car now. But for now, I'm in Baja California, and it's great here. Actually, Mike Leon, it's not. There's not a problem. I had people that traveled from Texas, from the Texas area, and they went all the way, I think they crossed through Mexico City, and they came all the way down to Merida. No problem. Again, no problem. The only problem that they had was when they were approaching Yucatan, and then like the local, the locals here, the local governments here, we're having checkpoints at the border and just giving them a little bit of trouble. You get what I'm saying? But if you have an address in Merida, if you have a home to come to in Merida, if you have business in Merida, they cannot restrict you. So they have to let you through. So it's not a problem. Basically, again, like I said, the Yucatan where I'm at now is like the most hardcore restricted place. And again, it's nothing in comparison to what I see in the U.S. So you should be able to drive all the way through here. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have a problem for anyone out there that's interested in that. You should be able to drive through Mexico like nothing. In fact, like I was saying earlier, less traffic, less problems, less everything, Yeah, I'm sorry, Angie. I don't know what to tell you, man. I guess it's something with your internet or something. I apologize. Try on your phone. Try listening on your phone. Sometimes it's something's wrong with the computer or the internet or whatever. So try on the phone. You might even try listening on the phone, not using Wi-Fi, but instead of but using the phone signal. You know that might be giving you that might give you better results. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, now most people are becoming refugees, one form or the other. Whether they're losing their business or they're losing their livelihood or they're losing their ass. Everyone's losing everything. It's only a handful of people that are gaining things. All right, and that's the thing. You know, if you guys have been listening to me for a while and actually followed through on some of the advice that I would give you guys, you guys should be sitting pretty right now. I'm sitting pretty. I will hope that a lot of you guys are sitting pretty. But if you're not, I mean, it's still not too late, guys. We're getting to almost too late, but we're still, not that late yet. Exactly, DJ. It does not matter who wins the election. That's how I started off the show, because that's the reality of it. You know what I mean? It was just a little bit of clickbaity bullshit. You know what I mean? Because the reality is, it doesn't really matter who the fuck wins the elections. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It just doesn't. It hasn't. It hasn't mattered for the longest time. Remember, Obama was supposed to bring change. All right. What happened with him? Well, what kind of change? Outside of having Michael Obama in the White House, that's the only change I can remember. Or having a black president, that's it. Whatever. And I could go on and on, with all that shit. We know. Yeah. Everybody knows about the Beirut explosion. If you haven't seen the Beirut explosion, it exploded. And they're probably going to be blaming this shit on China and start that. They're already starting to blame that bomb on fucking Beirut on China. And they want, and again, another match, another, what is it? Another catalyst, another starting point, to this World War III. Exactly, Angie. You said it. Angie. You hit the nail on the head. Angie says we don't pick presidents. Elections are corrupt. It's still Trump's turn. Yeah, that's right. Like I said, if the people in power had to choose who they want in power, it would be Trump. It would be Trump. I mean, hands down. Why the fuck would they want Joe in there? You know what I mean? So pedo Joe. All right. North Star saying, heard the opinion by someone I consider a very smart car. Sorry. North Star is saying, heard the opinion by someone I consider a very smart guy that it doesn't matter if Tweedledee or Tweedledummer gets elected. They're both interchangeable. Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's basically it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, depending on the president allows the people in power to kind of like push one agenda one way or the other, but they'll still do whatever the fuck they want, and you know that. I mean, if you guys haven't figured, if anyone out there hasn't figured it out by now, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Everyone out there that's like a hardcore Trump supporter and is fucking saying, "Oh, Trump is gonna save us," or they're saying things like, Trump defeated the Fed," or any kind of asinine, stupid, moronic thing like that. It's like, yeah, man, it's just people picking the team. But everything Trump did was everything that Trump, the president, is doing is everything Trump, the candidate, said he wouldn't do. All right. So just like every other fucking president out there, or candidate or whatever, they always promise all these things and then they forget about it as soon as they get elected. And Trump was no different. Trump hasn't done a damn thing for us, bro. If you can, again, what the fuck has Trump done except make you poor, make you sick, make you fucked up? Again, what has he done? What has he done that's been positive in your life? All right, nothing that I can see. That's right. The ones that print the money can rule the world, and that's it. Angie Gracie, Mexico doesn't have a medical mask exemption. Well, the thing is, it's like the laws out here are a little different, okay? So the United States is all full of laws and bureaucracy and all this other shit, okay? So, you know, everything that's going on with the coronavirus and the mask and all that is all unconstitutional, okay? So what happens is like in a place like Mexico, you know, they still have to provide service even though you don't want to wear your mask, you want to whatever. But the reality is that this is what happens in Mexico. If you're a large corporation, you're going to force people to wear the mask. If not, then you can get the fuck out of the store and go shop somewhere else. And as a private business, they have every right to do that. But then what happens? When you go to a small store, any mom and pop shop, and you can go in there without a mask, guess what? A neighbor, a cop, anyone of these new Nazi Gestapos are going to tell on you, and forget it. They're not going to tell on you. They're going to tell on the business. They're probably going to take a picture, and then they're going to report it to the local authorities. The local authorities are then going to come, and they're going to close the fucking business down. And so then the local business that is a starving Mexican barely surviving, how the fuck are they going to deal with the brunt of the government? They can't. You know what I mean? They can't. So they go out of business. They go out of everything. They starve to death. So that's why they mandate it out here, even though it's not mandated. You follow me? It's you know, the same kind of corruption that happens in the States, man. Like again in Miami, I was watching some guy that he was pro-mask, a guy that's super pro-mask, wearing the mask, wearing the whole fucking thing, and he was at a grocery store, and he was actually recording the fact that cops were giving people tickets for not wearing their mask or not wearing it properly or whatever the fuck. And he was like a zombie. He was like super happy and reporting that the cops are giving tickets and they're going after citizens and all this shit. And so then one of the cops approaches him and says, "Hey sir, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah." And they go, "Oh, I'm just recording because I'm pro this, I'm pro whatever." The cop said something like, "Hey, I didn't understand what you said." So the guy just lowered his mask for a little bit, for like a second, so that he can, you know, talk. And you know what the cop did? He wrote him a fucking ticket. You know, he goes, "Here's a $500 ticket, you dumb motherfucker, for fucking taking off your mask." And then all of a sudden, he fucking started going. Now, all of a sudden, he became anti-masker in front of everybody. So, listen, man, it's just a bunch of fucking zombies, a bunch of Tweedledee, Tweedledums, a bunch of fucking morons, and all you can do is what I'm trying to do. Just self-preserve yourself while the zombie apocalypse goes on. It's going to end at some point. We don't know when, but it's not tomorrow. It's not anytime soon. Let them do their thing, all right? If anything, this should be practiced so that when you're living off the grid, you're living in a cabin, you're living away from people, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. If you're like in quarantine and you're not really dealing with, you know, with the fucking zombies, and, you know, you're just setting yourself up so that when you do fucking go out to the woods or whatever, you know? All right, reading some comments. North Star. It's like, yeah, I'm just reading some comments here. You know, we're having a lot of fun today, just talking and hanging out, talking with you guys. See, again, you know, like today, I was feeling kind of horrible today, and I'm still feeling sick as fuck, but, you know, you guys are definitely making my day go by better. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. North Star says, "I would be sitting prettier if I had started listening to you sooner. Better late than never, I suppose. I just have a lot of catching up and learning to do." Exactly. It's never too late, man. It's never too late. All right? So just keep educating yourself. It's all about knowledge and education. That is the main thing here. DJ says, "I knew Jose was right, but I just didn't think it was going to happen so quickly." Look, me too. You know, I didn't think Jose was going to be... I knew Jose was right too, but I didn't think it was all going to happen so quickly either. I mean, trust me, I'm just as surprised as you guys, all right? I'm reading, let me see that. Yeah, just reading on. Let me put some music on while I'm reading some comments here. Yeah, I'm skipping. There's a lot of comments. I'm just kind of skipping over. Oh, by the way, in the chat, they're talking about like importing a car, bringing things like that would have to do with the car tags, insurance. And so someone in the chat just says, man, that sounds really confusing. So yeah, long story short, it's extremely confusing. In fact, in order to bring a car in, it's not only expensive, but it's really, really difficult and confusing. You can do it. But what I'm saying is that once you start going through that process, you're like, bro, what the fuck? I should have just sold the car. Like, I think if you're a temporary resident, you can sell the car, and if you're like a permanent resident or a citizen, you can't sell the car. I don't know, man. This is like a bunch of weird, confusing rules, and that's a truth. And I don't know all of the rules because I don't deal with that shit. I just tell people, look, I don't know. I don't have a car. I didn't bring one, but here are the resources. Go ahead and look it up. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Oh, Jay Mora says, I just booked an Airbnb for $250 a month, and then I'll look for a rental. Perfect. That's what I did. That's what I recommend everybody to do. Just come out here, stay in an Airbnb for a month, and that'll give you enough time to, look around the neighborhoods, see where you want to live, check out houses, and all that other stuff. And then, you'll land on your feet. You know what I mean? A month is plenty of time. Yeah, and you can even do like a month and a week, a month and 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Just to be sure, Yeah, you don't need a car out here. You know what I mean? Like, at least there's certain parts of Mexico you don't need a car. It's like you don't need a car in New York City. You don't need a car in certain areas. So in this area, you can basically get around with a bicycle, on your feet, or even a scooter. You can get a car. I'm not saying it's not a bad investment, but the reality is like you don't need a car. You can also go to Uber. Uber is, the rides vary from like $1 to $2 to $5 to $6. You know what I mean? So. I'll ride. So. Oh, Jay Mora, awesome. So you're heading to Mexico on the 16th. That's around the time I'm moving. Awesome. That's cool. We're both moving. Great. North Star says a lot of people are loving the tyranny. Yeah, a lot. Those are the zombies. Every time I mention zombies, those are the people that love the tyranny and love all this insanity. So zombies everywhere. It allows people to act like tyrants themselves. Exactly, yes. And get a rush of power they think they have over others. Yeah, just every Karen out there that is forcing you to wear a mask, every Karen out there that is tattletaling on you, all these Nazi, wannabes. How do you think Nazi Germany works? How do you think communist Cuba works? It's like that. They don't. They just tattletale on each other. They tattletale on you. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? They have nothing going on in their life. So they get a little power trip from tattletaling and then getting a pat on the back, for reporting you to the fucking the CCP or whatever, right? Reading the comments. Yeah, and then the whole thing with the plates and the cars, again, everyone is different. I think Baja California is different to the rest of the Mexican, whatever. I've seen people out here. Remember, I'm at the furthest tip of the first part away from Mexico. I'm in the Yucatan, which is the furthest away from the rest of the U.S., all right? But anyways, the point I'm making is that even out here in this region, I've seen people with Oregon tags, with, U.S. tags, all kinds of tags from all over the place. So the reality is, yeah, you can have your tags out here, but when you cross the border with your car, you got to get like a special permission, a special ticket, a special tag type thing to put on your car so that you can drive through Mexico with foreign tags without a problem, okay? So again, you have to look into all that. Everyone out there should do your own due diligence on that matter. Okay, but please don't just come thinking that you can just drive through Mexico, no problem. You gotta, just like everything else, you gotta just go through certain protocols. It's not hard. It's not a pain in the ass. You can even do this before you even come into Mexico. You can do it from the U.S. Just contact Mexico and figure it out. Yeah, you do, Jay Mora. You do got to go through some paperwork. It's pretty easy, and like I said, you can get all that paperwork done before you even cross. So you can get it done, like, I don't know, weeks ahead of time, and then when you do cross, you already have it all done, and you just present it to the place that you got to present it to. They give you the sticker. Boom, you're good to go. I don't know if it's a sticker or a tag or something, but they just give you, something to so the thing is that if you don't do that, as you drive all the way through Mexico, you're gonna get stopped by every cop. And they're going to tell you, hey, you don't got your special tag. Hey, you don't got your special tag. And that's it. So unless you want to get harassed by every single fucking cop, then I would just get that tag. And that's it. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's that expensive either. Yeah, I mean, you can just sell your bicycle and get a new bicycle when you come out here. All right? Chevrolet legs, man. That's right. You just do Chevrolet legs like me. The bus system, yeah, but the bus system is kind of lacking now, all right? But yeah, the bus system is also a good way to get around. But during the pandemic, the bus system is kind of lacking, unfortunately, all right? That's the truth. All right, finally, I made it all the way to the bottom of the chat. Holy crap. Yeah, Jay Mora, that's great. Merida is the safest place in all of Mexico and on basically all of the Americas. So yeah, Merida is a great place to start. And this whole region is beyond amazing. You got to remember that this whole region, is if you are coming as a tourist to Mexico to look at a lot of the ruins, a lot of the pyramids, a lot of the Mayan stuff, a lot of all that shit, you come to Merida because the Merida is the point from where all the tour buses and all the buses go to all these places. Okay, so from an archaeological standpoint, from a historical standpoint, from an artistic standpoint, from cultural standpoint, from all these points, Merida is amazing. Okay, it's quiet, it's chill, it's relaxed. And then from here, yeah, you can explore the rest of Mexico. That's my plan too. Remember, I'm in the middle of moving and all this other shit, but if like a couple months from now, things are still like super hardcore, stuck here, I'm gonna live in another part of Mexico for a little while and then I'll come back or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? But yeah. Yeah, for sure, Jay Mora. Once you're here, just email me, look me up, and then whenever we're free, me and Christian would be more than happy to have dinner with you. You know what I mean? And just that's it. I mean, that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like the most important thing to me is my time. You know what I mean? So if people just want to hang out with me and chat, I'm like, yeah, great. You know what I mean? We can. I'll meet up with you. You know what I mean? Just pay for dinner. You know what I mean? Buy me a drink, something, anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'll just go out with dinner with fans, just so that they can meet me. I get a meal. We're both happy. I get to meet the fans. Happy. You know what I mean? Everything's great. Sometimes, it turns into a friendship. Sometimes it turns into business. It all depends. Sometimes it's just one meet and that's it. Sometimes we just meet once. But sometimes it turns into something that's like a longer relationship or whatever. Like again, I'm so busy. I'm also working on another side project with a client of mine, an educational thing. I don't want to talk too much about that one, but that's another. That has nothing to do with anything I'm doing. But it's something I'm going to be doing also online and on YouTube, and I will be sharing with you guys once we get it launched. But it's also another educational thing, free educational thing for everyone around the world because. Again, you guys already know I talk about the technology aspect as to everything that's going on. So it's now our job, to use these tools, this new technology, and to just fucking make the shit. You know what I mean? Forget the corporations, forget the governments, forget everybody. So, it's about near zero marginal cost. It's about all this stuff. So, we're gonna create educational tools that anyone out there can use to learn for free, no matter where you are, no matter how little you have. So. I'm working on that too, so it's like, that's why it's like, I don't want to talk too much about the fucking, the president, or I don't want to talk about the fucking virus or the zombies because none of that shit really fucking matters. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That's all that stuff is so that everybody's looking at that and not looking at what's really going on. And guess what? I've been pointing to people, hey look, this is what's really going on for the longest time and nobody gives a fuck. So again, I'm just done. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm still going to be talking about these things because I want to talk about them. I'm going to talk about them on the podcast, talk about them here. I'm going to be doing shit like that. But, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know what I mean? If I could be providing real value to real humans around the world and do, you know, like real good things that are actually going to fucking help somebody as opposed to just like entertain somebody, because I'm still going to be entertaining, but you get what I'm saying. Like, then yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, I would much rather do that because I can still teach you about gold and silver and Bitcoin and what's going on in fucking India and Syria and this and that while I'm cooking, while I'm also teaching you how to fucking grow a tomato. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? It's all about priorities, man. And I think that's why I'm going down that route. Are schools opening up in Merida? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. As far as I know, nothing's open. Everything just keeps closing down. We've had institutions like restaurants and other institutions that have been here for 40, 50 years, and they're closing for good because they can't survive. So, yeah, I mean, again, this is a war against the poor, people. I mean, people, this is a war against the poor. That's all it is. It's a war against the poor, and we're all poor. All of us. All right? Anyone that's under $100 million is poor. Fact. Oh, Discord. Okay, people want to know about my Discord, so let me show you Discord. So basically, this is what you got to do. In the link, okay, in the description of every video, in the link down below, you're going to see a link that says link to the Discord. Okay, when you click on that, it's going to take you, it's going to prompt you. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to prompt you to go to here. So basically, download this. Okay, you download Discord, and when you download Discord, you get this. Bam! And what is Discord? It's just a giant chat room. You know, there's all these rooms, you know, there's all these people, all these other channels, whatever. But this is my channel, Jose's Discord channel. And then here, I got a lot of rooms, a lot of people in here. We're always, you know, talking, discussing. You can ask questions. I can answer. Others can answer. All kinds of things, okay? But this is like the AOL chat room to that, okay? And so basically, once you're in here, you could, you know, so look, I'll say hi to you guys. Look. Hi, North, hold on. Hi at North Star and at Angie. Ta-da. And that's it. And then you can post links here. Look, we got rooms over here on the left side. You know, so this is right now we're in the lounge. But every single one of my videos, I got a room for it. So you see all the videos are there. All the YouTubers, everyone posts things here. Podcasts, memes, motivation, comedy, whatever. And then if you go lower, if you go down here, then you're going to find things like conspiracy, financial news. You know, again, these are links that I like to provide for you guys for more information, more context on the things. So, you know, again, financial news, USA news, world news, financial knowledge, gold and silver, all kinds of shit like that. Okay? Bitcoin, you know, again, we got crypto, we got Bitcoin 101, trade chat, you know, crypto projects, crypto knowledge, you know, everything, things like that. And I can just go on and on. Art, you know, other, you know, we got pig videos, this is where we put all the cop videos, you know. Spam your links, you know, you can spam your links here. Book recommendations, whatever, you know, Mexico videos, Russia videos, world videos, and beyond, all right? So this is the Discord, guys. Hang out. There you go. Thanks, Jen. See, look, Jen's already in there, you know. But anyways, sometimes the room is, right now, pretty empty. Everyone's busy working, listening to the podcast, whatever. But, you know, at some points it's just popping. You know, you got people talking, chatting, you know, posting links, doing all kinds of things in there. So, but anyways, hopefully that, you know, that answers the whole Discord question. But yeah, Discord's a community of like-minded individuals, you know. So basically, it's a fans of, you know, everything I do, and then just, you know, you can just fucking, you know, just hang out in there with other like-minded individuals and talk about a lot of the things that you're talking about in the chat right now. All right, let me see. Let me read some more chat stuff. Yeah, my group is 1000% free. Everything, basically everything I do is free. That's it. You know what I mean? When you guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I charge you, is like, you know, hey, you want to meet me? All right, buy me dinner. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? Or if you need me, like personally, you need me physically to fucking help you get a house, or do some groceries, or, you know, translate something or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I'm charging you. That's it. I'm never charging you. You know what I mean? Everyone out there, by the way, shout out to all the patrons. Shout out to everyone that's always, you know, sending me donations, you know, through the Cash App, or sending me donations through, you know, every which way out there. Thank you so much, you know, because it helps a lot. You know what I mean? It helps me make these videos for you guys. It's not necessarily incentive, you know, because I'm doing this anyway. I've been doing this before I was getting paid for it, but yeah, of course, you know what I mean? Like, when somebody sends me $5, at the very least, I'm like, oh, great. You know, I gave that guy some value, so it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Because it's like, wow, that guy, you know, that person, you know, went out of their way to send me $5. I never send nobody no $5. So it's like, wow. You know what I mean? So it makes me feel good. And then, I mean, you know, things like that. You know, back when I first moved out here and I was, you know, on hard financial times, a lot of you guys helped me out a lot. You guys have been through the journey. But at this point, I'm actually really financially good because I listen to my own fucking advice. so now, as the world is fucking falling apart, you know, I'm fucking sitting here just, you know, counting, you know, I'm just sitting here, you know, counting my blessings, you know. I mean, I don't know what else to say, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, you know what I mean? But that's why I'm also, even though, like, I'm sick as a dog right now with fucking food poisoning, I still feel like $1 million because it's like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Like, shit's pretty good. Shit's pretty fucking good. And that's a fact. You can take that shit to the bank. Sí, claro que hablo español. Me llamo Jose Arteaga. I mean, come on. I better speak Spanish. Yeah, my parents are Cuban. I was born and raised in Miami. My first language is Spanish. Yeah. Yo hablo cubano, you know what I mean? Hablo español, claro, obviamente, pero el cubano, that's my accent because I'm Cuban. So, yeah, I'm a Cuban in Mexico that came from the U.S. I know. I'm beyond lost, you know? I don't even know who the fuck I am. Yeah, again, guys, look, it's advised to learn Spanish when you're in Mexico for obvious reasons, all right? But you don't need it, all right? You need some, but it's not like you need to be super duper fluent, you know what I mean? But if you're out here and you make, you know, you make the attempt in order to learn Spanish, and you actually practice it, and you do this every day, you'll be totally fine out here. And there's people that speak English as well, and there's, you know, there's so much technology nowadays where you can just like Google Translate something, you know what I mean? You know, basically like say, how do I say this in Spanish? And then somebody will fucking, you know what I mean? So, oh, shout out to Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for the $10. He sent me. He literally sent it to me like a minute ago. Thank you. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate you. As a matter of fact, Jonathan, you've been sending me a few bucks through PayPal the last few weeks and stuff like that. So big shout out, because that's basically the money I've been using to buy the new microphone. I'm getting a new microphone. All right. So the new microphone comes next week, but since I'm moving, I'm not going to use it until I get to the new house, all right? But that new microphone is going to be used to make these videos better, and then as I do the cooking and do all that, it's going to make that even better too. So you already know it. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. I mean, honestly, I don't even give a fuck about the zombie virus. I don't give a fuck about the elections. I don't give a fuck about... every day that goes on, I am literally tuning out even more and more and more, and just fuck it, you know what I mean? Just, you gotta live your life, man. You gotta just move forward and fuck everything else, you know? And, yeah. Oh, shit, Jay, what's up, brother? Look, another person that just came out here not too long ago. Jay is another good friend. You know, again, we hang out with him. You know, me and Christian hang out with him. He's a big party animal like us, so we love to hang out all the time. But, yeah, he's another one that came out here not too long ago. He came out here a month ago, no problem. No problem, you know what I mean? Like, in and out of the, you know, the airport was easy breezy. Easy breezy. So, Shout out to you, Jay. Shout out to everybody out there, bro. Let me see. Reading some more chats here. Yeah, Jarrell. Yes. Yeah. Again, I don't know. I forgot if I was saying it right or not. Jarrell. Yes. The best way to communicate with me is through email. You can communicate with me through many forms, but the best way is email. You know, it's like it's just the best way. It's the best way for me to organize it. The best way for me to reach out to you and so on and so forth. All right. You know, if I'm dealing with you, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you're a friend or you're a client or whatever, then at that point, you know, I give you my phone number because that's easier. All right, but basically, it's best to do email to start because that's the best way. Because sometimes people will send me an Instagram message and I won't see that shit for like a week. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is, you know. But email, I see that basically every time I check my fucking email, which is a couple times a day. Yes, Duolingo. Someone's asking me. Who was it? Ah, man, I lost it already. Who was it? Someone asked me about. Oh yeah, Angie. Sorry, Angie. Sorry, I put my finger in the wrong spot. Angie says she is using this an application for the phone called Duolingo. All right. Someone already. Yeah, it's already in the chat. Duolingo. And they're asking me if there's a better app or if that's the best app. Look, I think that's one of the best apps out there. There's other programs like Rosetta Stone and all this other shit, but that's expensive and costs money. Duolingo is free. And as far as I know, it's getting amazing results and people love it. Love Duolingo. I mean, I'm even learning a little Russian from Duolingo. What did I say there? Absolutely fucking nothing because I fucking forgot everything I already learned, all right? So... Oh, borscht. I said borscht. I know how to say borscht. And krakalak. That's like crab juice. Don't listen to me. Yeah, so about the passport situation, no one's even getting any passport. So even if you have your expired passport, you still can't do anything with it. Because even if you have an expired passport, I don't think you can travel with an expired passport. And in fact, even like let's say you're a U.S. citizen in Mexico or a U.S. citizen abroad, and your passport expired, the American embassy is saying, keep your expired passport, and you are wherever the fuck you're gonna be until further notice. You know, basically, you're not going back to the U.S. Now, if you really want to go back to the U.S., we'll help you. Come to the embassy. We'll give you a temporary passport so you can get out of the country and go back to the U.S. But that's it. That's the only passport that they're giving anybody. Period. End of story. So, it's not good. I remember, guys, I was telling you guys for years that this shit was going to happen. There's going to come a time where they're not going to give any more passports. They're not going to allow you to leave the country. You're not going to be able to leave. You're going to be stuck there like a prisoner, and that's it. And look, we're stuck like prisoners out here in Mexico, but again, you know what I mean? As everybody in the chat is saying, and most people, you guys already know, I would much rather be in this open-air prison right here in Mexico than over there in the U.S. Fuck that shit. I'm good here. You know what I mean? I might complain about, you know, a few of the fucking things out here, but in retrospect, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I am, anyone out there and anyone out living in Mexico can attest to this too. We're way better off here. All right? Even though we have a dry law where we can't get alcohol, even though we have restrictions, we got curfew, we got all this shit, at the end of the day, you know, like, for example, I do a podcast every Tuesday and Thursday night, The Boomer and the Zoomer. Okay, the Boomer and the fucking Zoomer. And I don't know if you guys saw last night, yesterday, there was not only an explosion in Beirut, but there was also a building that burned down in Minneapolis. By the way, the riots and all that shit all over the U.S., they haven't stopped, but they're not reporting on them as much. But anyways, basically a ginormous building just burned to the fucking ground in the Zoomer's neighborhood. And when he went to go check it out, it was the building next to his building. Okay? He's moving out to a fucking cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere. I mean, he's not. He's he doesn't want to move to Mexico, but he definitely doesn't want to fucking stick around where he's at anymore. Back where like a couple months ago, he was calling me like, whatever. We were, you would hear on the podcast, we would have discussions, where he was like, oh, why do you hate America? Why this? Why are you talking like that? Why? And now today, he's definitely not saying any of these things, and he's probably listening right now. But now, again, just like most people, we already see what the fuck is going on, and as much as they love their country, they know that, they need to fucking survive first and foremost. I mean, and it's the same thing. I love my country. I bleed red, white, and blue. But you know what? I'm also not stupid, and I want to survive. All right? And I'll fucking support my country from over here. All right? And that's it. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't go fuck. All right, more chat. Hey, Angie. Angie says, like, yeah, trust me, with your expired with your expired passport, you can get through anything with your daughter. Oh yeah, I believe it. You know what I mean? And again, that you make a great point. Yeah, it would have been better if you would have kept your expired passport, because now come to think of it, I was talking to some friends yesterday, and they had a similar situation, and she was saying like, oh yeah, I'm keeping my passport. You know what I mean? Until I'm actually gonna be able to renew it. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna attempt to go to the embassy or talk to them or anything like that. So I guess now, it makes more sense, because I never had to renew my passport yet. So I didn't know that you had to like send in your old passport and then wait for another one to come back or whatever. So. Oh, by the way, okay, so Jay Mora probably doesn't understand what's going on with the passport. No, actually, what happens is that you as an individual, this is for everybody around the world, no matter what country you're in. So you, an American, wants to fly out of the country, you are not allowed to board your plane unless you have a thing called a passport. How do you obtain a passport? You need to go to your local government. All right, and they have to issue you a passport. So every country is different. Mexico issues passports differently than they do in the U.S. and they do in every country. But you, as a citizen, as a world citizen, you need to have a passport first and foremost before you can fly out. So right now, you probably bought a flight to Mexico, but if you don't have a passport, they're not going to allow you on the plane. Simple as that. Okay? So you need a passport. And if you don't have one, you might be out of luck right now. Again, a passport is issued to you by your country. So like a license, okay? Or like a birth certificate or something like that, okay? That's a passport. A passport is just an ID to fly around the world. Okay, so Angie asked me, she goes, I am in the middle of creating and marketing a new product. How can I do that in Mexico if the mailing system is so slow? Well, the thing is that the mailing system is not necessarily slow. There's no, okay, in the United States you have the United States Postal Service, and they're super fast. Mexico's version of that is the slowest mail service on the planet. But what people do out here is that they don't rely on that. They rely on FedEx, DHL, UPS, and there's a bunch of other things, okay? Now, if you have a product that you sell online and you rely on the American system of postal service and Amazon and eBay and all that shit, it's going to be a lot more difficult to do that from Mexico. Now, you can do that, but it's going to be more expensive and harder to do. But again, you can do that from here. And if you're selling certain items that people want no matter what, they'll fucking pay the shipping, okay? But that would be it. So basically, if you're going to be selling products out of Mexico, you would probably have to ship everything FedEx so they can get to the U.S. in time. All right? So I hope that answers your question. But then it's going to cost you a lot of fucking money. It's probably going to cost you like anywhere from $60 to $80 to $100 per shipment. So, you know, there's, you know, if you know anything about Amazon, you know, you can do stuff where you can like send them your stuff, they warehouse it for you, and then they ship it out. So, but the reality is that if you have a business like that, it's going to be hard, or, you know, very hard for you to really keep that going here in Mexico, because, you know, you can, if your customer base is Mexico, you're good, you're fine, because there's, you know, there's like private companies that are like the United States Postal Service that function throughout Mexico. And you'll be fine. You know, like Estafeta, and there's other companies. But anyways, you can go there, and it's just like the USPS, and then you can send it. You know, I can send something from Merida all the way to fucking Baja, California, which is the other end of fucking Mexico, and it'll get there in a couple days, and it's only going to cost me like $15. All right? But if I want to send things, remember, because the thing is that it's when you're leaving and entering the country, it's things like customs, it's things like the taxes, it's things like, there's so many fucking things involved, okay? So that's what makes it so difficult. That's why America has an advantage when it comes to shit like that, okay? But the rest of the world doesn't, okay? So that's something that, you know, you need to, you know, look into if that's something that you want to do when you're living out here, okay? You need to figure that out. And by the way, you know, what I do is I help people figure this out some way or some whatever. You know, some things that are out of my realm, you know, I try to give you as much info. I point you the right way and you figure it out. If you need me to do research, I charge you for that. But again, this is all stuff that you can figure out on your own. And if not, you know, one thing that you can also do is, for anyone out there, is join the Facebook groups. So join the local expat Facebook groups, okay? Like expats in Merida, expats in the Yucatan, whatever. Look it up. Find them. They're out there. And join these expats, okay? I mean, join these groups. And in these groups, you can also chat with a lot of people that have been living here for years, that know a lot more. They're all mostly American, and they can guide you better with certain things. Okay? So I hope that helps. I'm reading some comments here. By the way, real quick, I'm reading in the comment, you know, what Jay Morris is saying about, you know, was Jay Morris telling Angie about the passports. Look, from my understanding, you're right about everything. You know that, again, if your passport expired and you're taking a flight, they will expedite your passport. They'll give you a temporary passport so you can fly, okay? But the thing is that we're in different unprecedented times right now. Normally, the embassy is there to give you the passport, fix you up, you know, give you whatever you need so you can do whatever you got to do as an American citizen. No problem, America. But since we're dealing with this situation right now, this is verbatim what I've heard from other individuals out here that have dealt with this. Now, Angie, I know you're out here, but you should, you know, again, you should do your own research and like call them, see what's up, you know, ask other people. But from my understanding is that, you know, anyone out there right here living in Mexico with an expired, okay, not just in Mexico, this goes for anyone around the world. Anyone that's an American citizen with an American passport that is expired and is outside of the U.S., they're in another country right now, that process that you said about, you know, expediting the passport, giving you a temporary one, you know, making sure you can fly out, blah, 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 it's kind of like out of the question right now. They're only doing that for an emergency, and the passport is only good for flying back into the U.S. That's it. So you can't fly to another country, you can't fly anywhere else, and it's kind of like, they're not really expediting shit. They're just giving you some sort of temporary thing so you can get back to the U.S. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on now. So, I mean, I don't know if that works for you, Angie, or works for anyone else out there, but that's just the situation now. It might be different. It might have changed. I don't know. That's something that you guys have to deal with or look into with the State Department, the United States Embassy, the United States Consulate, the United States. All right? I don't know about that. But that's what I keep hearing from other individuals that are in the same situation out here. Okay? And that's what they've told me from them dealing with the embassy. Okay? Yeah, so DJ's asking me about my services and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, I'm providing as much free information. I'm constantly adding here, so you guys don't have to hire me, all right? But if you still want to hire me, on my website, josearteaga.com, just go all the way up here where it says Expat Travel Services, and then here it gives you an idea, all right? It gives you an idea of the things that I do, all right? But again, I am here to just kind of like get you you make sure you land on your feet. But what I prefer is for you guys to do this on your own. So you learn on your own and you do this on your own. But again, I'm here. There's a lot of people that they need my help. Okay, and I get that, and that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I'm here. I help. But for the most part, look, I had a client the other day, he needed a lot of help, he needed a lot of this, and I kind of, after talking to the guy, I kind of figured, this guy probably doesn't need that much of my help, but he sent me a huge retainer, sent me a lot of money, I'm like, all right, well, whatever, I can't do anything, he sent me the fucking money, I didn't ask for it, so, nothing, I'm helping him, and then finally he makes it out here, and when he makes it out here, all of a sudden, he's not talking to me, he's not reaching out to me, not anything, and then basically he's just saying, just kind of saying, hey, I don't want to get too much info, but he wasn't happy with my services, and I'm like, bro, you haven't reached out to me, I don't know what to tell you, and then he just says, whatever, I kind of figured it out on my own, can I just get a refund? And I'm like, yeah, perfect, you know what I mean? And I just gave him a fucking refund, because like I told him, I go, look, I want you to figure it out on your own. I'm here for emergencies, for anything that you just can't do, that you think you can do, and for whatever reason you just couldn't do it. That's what I'm here for. And I'm I'm an emergency guy. You know what I mean? I'm the fucking firefighter. I go in and fucking solve the problem. But that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? That's it. Or in the sense of if you're out here and you already got it all taken care of and you just want to hang out with me. You know what I mean? That's it. So. But at the end of the day, yeah, most of the time, if most of your answers can be received by just asking me a few questions, you know what I mean? Or even paying an hour, you know what I mean? Of my services, which is $25 an hour. That's it, you know what I mean? And that is plenty of time, trust me. You know what I mean? To answer all of your questions and then some. And that's it. And then I'm not going to be fucking charging you, a whole hour if you just got 2 questions once you're here. Once you're here and you're like, hey, Jose, do you know where I can go in order to get this, and that? Yeah, sure, here, just go here, boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, I also got another question. Do you know where yeah, boom, boom, that's it. Now, if you're asking me 20 questions, I'm going to charge you. You know what I mean? Now, if you're asking me 2 questions, why the fuck would I charge you? Why would I, you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you. You need medicine. You need soda. You need a rent of this. Whatever, So, hope that answers it for you. Wow, I cannot believe I've already gone almost 2 hours. Look at that. I'm feeling sick as a dog. I thought that I was just going to fucking do an hour, 45 minutes, and look at that, we're almost at 2 hours. How about that? How about them apples? Alright, so we're going to do 10 more minutes of the show. So if you guys have any more things you guys want to talk about, or any more things you guys want to ask me, anything like that, let me know. Alright, give me 1 second, okay, while I wait for you guys to ask me a few questions. So I have 10 more minutes. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying today's show. Seems like you had a great show today. I know I started off kind of rough on the edges there, but it seemed like we had a pretty good show. I mean, fucking, you know what they say? You know, time flies when you're having fun. So. All right, let me see. See what chats, what you guys are saying. So yeah, Angie, like honestly, you would have to do more research. You already got my information. Now reach out to me on that, and maybe you know, there is a solution. There might be a solution to send small packages out. I just don't know what it is you're selling or what you're trying to do. But maybe I'm sure there's a solution. There has to be something. You know what I mean? Some sort of shipping solution for your situation. So Angie's saying, yeah, DJ, if you fly into Boston or if you can get tested, but it will be a false positive and you will be tracked. I would fly into Providence. They aren't testing, last I heard. Smart. North Star says, I love the emphasis on self-reliance you put out there, Jose. It lights a fire under my butt on days when I feel overwhelmed by everything and just want to zone out. Yeah, man, and that's the thing, you know, like I'm in the same boat too. Like I look at all the zombie apocalypse, I look at all the shit, and all I want to do is zone out, but I can't zone out. That's not what I do. I don't function that way. So then I'm just like, you know, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna, you know, make content on how to be self-sustainable, and I'll just, you know, do the whole process. You know what I mean? From I already know how to do a lot of self-sustainable things. You know what I mean? I'm going to be learning a lot of other things, and we're going to be learning together and putting this whole thing together. And it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. I'm super excited for it. You know, so yeah, you know, just look forward to that. And I'm glad that it puts a little fire under your ass, because it puts a fire under my ass. That's why I'm doing it. And honestly, I love to put that little fire under people's ass. That's what really gets me up in the fucking morning. You know what I mean? Not doing like a fucking motivation or anything like that, but in fact, you know, doing things like this, they will motivate people on their own. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking sit here and be like, get off your ass, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. You know, all that fucking, I mean, I can do that. And there's plenty of fucking people that do that drill sergeant shit, and it's fine. It's easy for me. I mean, it's really not that hard. Monday Motivation is one of the easiest videos for me to record. It's just me screaming at my employees like when I was a chef, and I'd be like, motherfucker, you know what I mean? Same thing. But I would much rather teach you guys, okay, how to survive, how to motivate yourselves, how to do all that shit, so you don't need that motivation. You are motivating yourselves, and then in turn, you're motivating others. And then it's just, it keeps building on that and building on that and building on that and building a humongously strong foundation for us and for others going forward. So that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to be doing. And I'm really, really glad that you get value out of that, and I'm glad that a lot of you guys get value out of all this stuff. But yeah, man, you know, I'm a motivator, and we're going to be doing that motivational stuff, because look, when we start doing the cooking stuff, you're going to see it's not easy. All right, because I'm gonna really give you the whole fucking behind the scenes thing. And there's gonna be some days where I'm gonna be an episode where I was like, all right, I got 100 pounds of potatoes. We're gonna be cooking 100 pounds of potatoes. You know, shit like that. You know what I mean? And again, you try peeling a fucking sack of 100 potatoes. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Let's see how far you get. You know, without, you know, before you want to fucking stab somebody in the eye. And that's what I'm saying. We're going to be doing shit like that. We're going to be putting it to work. You know, we're going to be really, you know what I mean? We're really going to take this shit to the next level, man. So I'm really crazy excited for that. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun experience. We're going to be learning so much. We're not going to waste anything. We're going to be learning how to recycle, like really recycle. You know what I mean? Like how to make compost. You know, how to make, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, for example, we're peeling some potatoes. We can use those peels to either use as compost, or we can fry those fucking peels and make a snack. Potato skins. So anyways, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm definitely excited, that's for sure. Sorry, I'm gonna read a few of the last comments, and then that's it. I gotta get going. Nick is asking me, do you need $27,000 for a year in an account to get your temporary visa? I don't know. I have no idea. I got my visa through marriage. I married Christian, and then I did the regular immigration shit to get my visa. I don't know anything about how to do the other way. All right, you would have to do research on your own there. But yeah, in order to get a temporary visa and all that shit, it's kind of like it's a little difficult. If you got money, it's not a problem. But if you don't, it could be a little difficult. But it doesn't mean that you're not allowed in Mexico. There's plenty of people in Mexico that are either here illegally, like meaning an American living in Mexico illegally, or people just go on visa runs. Every 6 months they just come in and out, and that's it. And some people do that for years. Okay, the visa runs. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Yeah, MJ. By the way, MJ, how's it going? Shout out to everyone out there listening. I know a lot of people are just listening. NJ says, I have been watching on the tablet, but I had to get on the PC to make a comment. That's right. Anyways, Duolingo is a great free program. If circumstances were different with my mom, I would move to Mexico now. And listen, man, I get that all the time. There's tons of people. Remember, I had no attachments when I came out here. My sister is the one that's like, helping with my mom and helping, she's the one with kids and all this shit. But even my sister, with my mom, with the kids, with everything, she says the same thing you just said, MJ, she can't leave, whatever. But, every time we talk, she's just closer and closer to thinking about really getting the fuck out of there. She already said her next vacation, the next time that she gets to leave, she's coming straight over here to visit to see what the fuck all the hubbub is about. And again, she speaks Spanish. She already works remotely and all this shit, so she can do it. My mom, she would be happier here. My mom doesn't speak much English. You know what I mean? So it would be better for her to live in Mexico. You get what I'm saying? And shit like that. But just some people are just scared. Just that whole thing. But I get it. My mom is still pretty healthy, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I got my grandma that's still, my grandma can't even leave the fucking couch. You know what I mean? So, that's the real situation. So I get that, MJ also says, this whole shutdown over the virus BS, there is a whole different motive behind it, and it's all about money and control. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that for a very long time. It is all about money and control, and at this point, it's a war against the poor. Because we might think that groups like Antifa and all these fringe small groups out there are, we got to kill the rich, we got to go after the rich. And the reality is that they're just going after people like you and me. We're the ones that are rich, and we're not rich. We're poor just like them. And the reality is that the people that are really rich, the uber rich, the people that they don't even come out in the Forbes list of the richest people on earth because they're so fucking rich, all right? But anyways, those motherfuckers, the ones that really rule the earth, oh yeah, it's a war against us. That's why they're trying to kill us all off. And again, remember, like people like you and me and most of us that are listening to this right now, we're not going to get the vaccine. We're probably going to survive. We're probably going to be able to, keep going forward, make sure that our kids don't get vaccines and blah, blah, blah and shit like that. But, again, right now, there are so many zombies. There's people right now, there's people waiting in line waiting for the vaccine. Just like that there's people waiting in line to get the new iPhone 78. Guess what? There's people waiting in line right now, camping out, waiting for that fucking vaccine, like the dumbass morons that they are. And what's going to happen to them? Those are all that's part of the herd that's going to get cold, that's going to get killed off, that's going to die off all over the world. It's just, it's happening. And, mostly, if you want the vaccine, you're going to die. If you don't want the vaccine, you're probably going to survive. And then what's going to happen? The uber rich are killing off all these people, and when they kill them off, they're going to realize, oh shit, we killed off all the slaves. Now what? We don't have slaves to do this shit for us. By the way, Connie is asking me, hope you feel better. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. She's out, but then she asked me, how's the weather? Well, the weather is also what's helping me not feel better because it's 700 billion degrees. In fact, I'll give you the exact, but it's really hot and really humid. It's actually a little better now, but in the morning, oh my God. I thought I was in the swamp in Miami. But, yeah, right now, it feels like 101. It's 90 degrees, Oh, never mind. It got worse. Here, you can see it for yourself. 92 degrees with, what does it say down there? 58% humidity. Feels like 104. So, I feel like shit. And that fucking weather's not helping. So that's that. I already found the new place, John. You're going to see it in a couple weeks. Angie says, Jose, is there anything you would do differently in regards to moving to Mexico? Any regrets? By the way, I love when I get these kind of questions because, first off, no regrets. I don't have any regrets in life, all right? And if I ever had regrets or have a regret, I try to extinguish that immediately. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I regret that I got a green lighter instead of a black one. So what do? Next time I'm at the store, I get myself a black one. That's it. No more regrets. You know what I mean? And then when I get the black one, it's like, oh, I don't like this black one. I wish I had a green one. Well, guess what? Bam! You know what I mean? So I don't live with regrets. It's not my thing. So the reality is, like, my move to Mexico was something that was kind of like in the making for a very long time. And the reality is that, like, I never felt safe. I never felt at home. I never felt good in the U.S. I love the U.S., but I was always looking over my shoulder. Never felt safe. Always felt ostracized. Always felt whatever, bro. All the things that we feel as Americans. And it wasn't until I crossed the border that when I finally got to Mexico, where all of a sudden this weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I was just like, I can breathe. Oh my God. I can, like, I exhaled. I just fucking felt good. You know what I mean? I felt free. I felt liberty. I felt everything that I had always wanted to feel. So, regrets? Zero. In fact, I do have one regret. But it's all getting resolved right now. I should have brought more shoes. Because I'm a big guy. I wear big you know what they say about guys with big feet, right? They got big shoes, big socks. That's, But anyway, so yeah, that was my regret. The fact that I didn't bring another pair of shoes with me. And then when I was out here, I mean, it wasn't until the other day that I got another pair of Nikes that somebody donated to me. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like not finding really good shoes is it's kind of like a problem. You know what I mean? But again, I've already rectified the shoe problem and my foot size problem and my size problem. That's one thing. It's just realizing that when you come out here, you're bigger than everybody else, for the most part. At least in this part of Mexico. So yeah, but I didn't know that until I got here and it was already too late. But yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe bringing another fucking pair of shoes, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, really, no regrets, man. The best, in fact, I would fucking, without a doubt, say that the best move I ever made in my fucking life was moving out here. Well, the best move I ever made in my life, period, was moving to Seattle. The first time I ever left Miami. That was the best move ever. But probably the second best move was moving out here to Mérida. And just doing it like the way I did it. Not even thinking about it. Just basically, I decided I was going to move the first week of the month. And by the end of the month, I was already here in Mexico. It only took me a few weeks to figure it all out and do it. So, no regrets. All right, let me see. All right. Now we're already over 2 hours. All right, we got to end this soon. Hey, Jay Mora, look, I know you want me to answer that, but like, I gotta go. I already gotta go. All right? I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be. Name 10 important items that you were in your luggage after you left Cali heading to Mexico. Actually, the things that I miss, the real things that I miss from home is food. Like In-N-Out burgers. Real food. Real like American food. Things. Like food items. That's it. I don't miss anything else. I don't miss anything else. Period. End the story. All right. Those 10 items, whatever the fuck they were, I'm glad I left them behind. All right. No, there are no armed guards anywhere in Mérida. There's no armed guards protecting any coronavirus thing. There's police everywhere, you know what I mean, because of the whole coronavirus. But there's no armed guard at fucking Walmart. No way. It's just a Walmart greeter that has a little bit more power now. But even then, you can still fucking, tell him to go fuck himself, and they can't do anything about it. But no, there's no. No, it's not the U.S., man. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's why, you know what I mean? Like, no matter how bad things are here, you can't even compare. You can't even compare them to China. I mean, the U.S.
Bruh.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Bruh.
Oh, thank you for entering that, MJ, about the income level thing for the residency in Mexico. I didn't know it was about the states either. I thought it was all across Mexico was the same. I don't know that each state was different. So, thank you, MJ. And yeah, if you can help out Nick, you guys can get in contact and help each other out. You know what I mean? Help him out. That'd be great. How much is an immigration lawyer? Immigration lawyers cost different. Just like immigration lawyers are different prices in the U.S. So I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. My lawyer charges per transaction, charges per thing that he does and shit like that. So he's actually pretty cheap in my terms, you know what I mean? Because I'm comparing him to an American lawyer. And the fact that he's been able to fucking save my ass many times, I pay him whatever. So, yeah. I mean, he doesn't seem like that expensive, but I don't know. Angie, the whole thing about, you're like, oh, the rich are getting a different vaccine. Listen. The people that are putting this whole fucking thing into place, the people that we don't even know who they are, but we know who they are, they're not getting a fucking vaccine. They're not getting a vaccine, all right? Everyone else is getting a fucking vaccine in one shape, form, or another. So, for example, like if you're living in Mexico, out here, I could probably visit a special doctor in the, this is in the future. I could probably visit a special doctor, that will give me a shot, okay, and give me my certificate for a price, okay? You can't do that in the U.S. In the U.S., it's like, since everything is Medicare, Medicaid, insurance, and all these other things, and all the laws and rules and regulation and government and shit like that, no, man. You're getting that shot with fucking pure poison straight up your fucking whatever, and you can't do anything about it. Here, you have the option of not necessarily taking it. You get what I'm saying? And still prove that you took it. That kind of shit. So, and that's just that, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I'm in a better financial situation than the typical Mexican, and I would be allowed to do that, But again, it's this is not what we think it is at all. This is not, this is not like to vaccinate the world. This is not, no, man. Remember, we're going through an economic downturn, okay? The end of the dollar, the end of economic system, the end of an era, the end of a paradigm, the end of brand new technologies are coming online while other legacy systems are coming offline. So many human changes that happen only once every 500 years. Like, again, 500 years ago when we invented the printing press, when we discovered America, when we were, all of these fucking things, okay? We're going through a very similar thing right now, okay? And that's the way I see it, you know what I mean? And a lot of the things that are going on with the coronavirus is just, again, look at the virus, but don't look at what's really going on. Don't look at the economy. Don't look at what's happening in India. Don't look at what's happening in China. Don't look at anything. Just look at the coronavirus, you know what I mean? So that's the way I really look at it. You know what I mean? I think this is all just bullshit, and it's really just going to blow over eventually. You know what I mean? But again, depending on the country. Depending on the country. So yeah, again, you know what I mean? Like all the whole COVID pass, You know, all that shit. I've been talking about that even before COVID. You know, again, like everybody has to get a new ID now. I forgot. I think it's called Real ID. Remember, the United States was turning into communist China. You guys already knew that. Now with the coronavirus, it's only going to accelerate that. So a place like Mexico, which is like the furthest away from communism, you know, Mexico is like pretty libertarian. You know, even though, you know, the population is zombified and they are asking for a vaccine and asking for this and asking for that, the reality is that the way that the system is set up here, they can't just like force vaccines on people. They can't force things on anyone. They just can't. Because out here they still follow the Constitution. They have to. They don't have that many laws in place like they do in the U.S. that go around the Constitution. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's already people out here suing the local government, suing the governor, going after them. The lawyer schools and shit like that, they're already suing the local government, going after the governor. Everything's super anti-constitutional, super illegal, super wrong, super whatever. And the thing is that when people actually fight things here legally, everything gets overturned immediately. Because right now, like, let's just say that like the school of lawyers is suing the local government. Well, it's a school of fucking lawyers. They know what the fuck they're talking about. That's number one. So their case is going to get heard on a national level, on a Supreme Court level. And then the Supreme Court, the only thing that the Supreme Court in Mexico does is just basically, you know, protect people from the laws. And then what they do is that they adhere to the Constitution. So, for example, let's just say marijuana. You know, marijuana is in the gray zone. All right? Sure, you can get arrested, you can get in trouble, you can get whatever for a certain amount of it. But again, if you basically, you know, plead the fifth and you get a lawyer, and then the lawyer represents you correctly, meaning, hey, I was having this in my home, I wasn't selling it, it was all my private stash, blah, blah, blah. According to the Constitution, I can have 7,000 pounds of marijuana back there without any repercussion. So that's the case. They present it like that in the Supreme Court, and bam, gone. So it's the same thing with all this shit that's going on. Eventually, all this shit's going to get presented in the Mexican Supreme Court, and it's just going to be gone because it's beyond unconstitutional. And then the people that, like the governor and the people that were in place, you know, that were kind of like instituting these illegal things, they're the ones that are going to have to pay. Pay what? We don't know. You know what I mean? But they're definitely going to pay. And I don't mean money. All right? They might be paying with something else, if you follow what I'm saying. So, again, Mexico is very different. All right? And thank God. You know what I mean? Thank God for that. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna end it here. That's it. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going forever, guys. I really gotta go. Now I actually gotta go to work, and like I said, I'm not feeling so well. I gotta, you know, go get some electrolytes or whatever. Guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. Please check out the website. Check out the podcast. Check out the other channel. Check out the third channel that I'm going to be making in the next few weeks or whatever, and just stay tuned, guys. You already know I got tons of, you know, new stuff coming. I got tons of projects, tons of content, tons of everything, and we're gonna have a lot of fun here. While the rest of the world is burning, we're gonna be here, you know, making fucking sweet potato pies or whatever, you know what I mean, and fucking homemade whipped cream and all kinds of shit like that. All right, so, and doing whippets. Oh wait, sorry, I went off. Anyways, all right, guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you guys probably in a couple days. I'll see if I can do a video for the weekend, but if not, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Love you guys, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.